All right, welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by the Topoco Lodge. If you need a spot for a corporate retreat, a family reunion, or a church retreat, the Topoco Lodge is the place. They have great lodging and terrific food at the Topoco Tavern. They have banquet rooms. They have a really nice new cozy meeting room right by the river. They even have a theater if you need that. Book your retreat, your reunion at the Topoco Lodge. Check them out, topoco.com, to learn more. Okay, guys. I didn't want to force you to do all the legwork and nonsense that I did, so it's going to be shorter. The problem is it's shorter. So I'm going to start with Jimmy.
Oh, wow.
You've got 60 to 90 seconds to explain how you would fix college football. What is your proposal?
One of the things I would do is I would change the transfer portal. The one thing, there are a couple of things about it I don't like, and it's tied to the waivers that are granted by the NCAA. And I think the more arbitrary and the more waivers you grant, the more people that enter the transfer portal. I don't like part of the transfer portal that says if you enter it, then your scholarship can be rescinded by the school at which you were playing at. I would try to define some of the parameters of the transfer, which would include how far away from home. That would be one reason you could transfer and get immediate eligibility. You can transfer without immediate eligibility. I'm talking about getting immediate eligibility. Yeah. Also, if there's a coaching change, if there's an illness in the family, you feel like you need to get closer to home, and also a changing of systems. So I think if you included that with the granting a waiver, that would help. The problem with the portal that I didn't like, part of this, there are over 500 football players that have transferred since the portal opened in October of last year. 190 of those have not found a home. That means 190 of them could have their scholarship rescinded by the school from which they left. I don't like that part of the transfer portal.
My only issue would be transferring in turn whenever a coach changes, because a team could lose its whole roster. And I don't know how you get around that one. That's one that's always been discussed with transfer. It is unfair to the athlete, but that's just built into it. All right. Who says aye with Jimmy's proposal to change the transfer portal? Quickly.
I want to, but I can't because I don't like the change of system thing.
Okay.
We
got to move.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll say aye.
He says aye?
I'll say aye because you got to do something.
I'll say no just because Jimmy wasn't nice with my proposals. It's just like Congress. All right, let's go to Chuck now.
Independent you.
Okay. Well, we're talking about ways to speed up the game. You know, did you know that college football now has become like 3 hours, 30 minutes is pretty much what you can expect? NFL's keeping it closer to 3 hours, 8 minutes. One big reason for that is the NFL halftime is only 12 minutes. College halftime is 20.
Oh, I like this.
Well, college is not going to change the halftime because of the bands.
Oh.
Well, they're not. And they've already said that. So what you're looking at, and you're not going to take
have
away
power.
Yes. Well, you're not going to take away the average of 68 commercials a game, 30-second spots. You're also looking at what's making it longer is the advent of spread offenses. There's more passes. What's hurting college football is they stop the clock on every first down. You got to get away from doing that. Ooh. And instead of the timeouts, guys, instead of being 3 timeouts a half, I'm going to make it 4 a game. That's going to help speed up the first half too, because coaches are going to hold on to those. There's other things. Review, it's tough to touch. These make sense. This ought to pass unanimous.
Well, I got bad news for you there, Chuck. I don't like it. It fundamentally changes college football. You take away the stop the clock after first down. That's a fundamental part of college football. It would totally change the game. You said you like college
offense
football.
is what has helped change that.
You're against it, and that's why. Preferred or against it?
I'm for it.
I'm against it.
Okay, Jimmy.
I don't mind 3.5 hour games though.
Well, the fans do.
I'm for it if you cut down halftime too. Tough break for the bands. Most schools don't even take bands on the road anymore. So the old idea that both bands come out there and play, that doesn't even play into it. It would not end college football if you stopped giving first downs. Stop the clock.
Well, it wouldn't end it if you took away helmets and shoulder pads.
And I would change it. Next. All right, that one doesn't pass. Bob and Jimmy shut you down, Chuck. All right, when we come back, you get your revenge. Bob is next, and Josh is up too. How would they change? How would they change college football? Come on back.